Hey parents, Ryan here. This is part 2 of Cecelia Bingham's lesson on creation. This one's called Creature Features. Here it is.
Okay, now we're at part 2 of the creation lesson, and it's called Creature Features because your family is going to start making each unique creature themselves that we can talk to each other about when they're finished. So y'all get started, start picking out your supplies. In your family, you can use whatever you want. It can be some disposable household items, it can be craft items you've got left over, it could be some sticks out in the yard, some rocks. Make it fun. Sometimes it's even more fun when it's not just your typical artsy craftsy stuff, when you throw in some different things like foil or whatever. And these are supposed to be three-dimensional creatures that look like a toy creature of some kind. But that's what they're going to do, and so we'll see how they do with that. Everybody gets to do their own creature, and we've got another step that will come up after this. Our wonderful creatures are done now, and they're doing the next part of the lesson. They have to come up with all the decisions for what this creature is and what does it do, like a name, where does it live, what does it eat, does it have live babies or eggs or what, tell us about it. They have to make all these decisions. Well, 2 strategies here that you need to know about. Just like on the creatures, they have supplies. You don't want to give them too many supplies because that's overwhelming. So give them a choice of 3 or 4 at the most that they work with, and that's not so intimidating. On the questions, the strategy there is that we've got 11 questions here. They start working on these once their creatures are made, and you really don't want them to get all the way to the end, because for kids, this is not the fun part, making all these decisions. The fun part was making the creatures. So just make sure everybody's had to answer half, maybe a little bit more of the questions, and are getting tired of it a little bit, and then you can say, well, let's just stop right now, and we'll go to the next step of this lesson. Now take your creature and show it to your neighbor. So for us, it's going to be the other people in your family, and tell them each a couple of things about your creatures. So Shannon, share with us a couple of things about your creature.
Well, it eats chocolate and whipped cream.
Ooh.
And I answer all these questions. No other animals eat it, because look how scary it is.
Scary.
Yes. Okay, Ryan, tell us a couple of things about yours.
Mine is called a smearlop, and it lives in arboreal Antarctica, and it eats woolly rhino eggs.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa, okay, we've got Mr. Science Guy over here with his new creature. I love it. Okay, now, here's what you do next. You give your creature to the other person.
What?
I spent a lot of time on this.
I
A
know.
smearlop.
No, that's exactly the way every child who has ever done this has reacted. They've put all of this energy and thought and creativity into their creature. They don't want to give it to somebody else. Well, guess what? Who else has done that for us? God has created every one of us. There is no one exactly like you or like me. And He doesn't want to part with you and not have you in His life anymore after He creates you. So that's the big take home from this lesson. This is, if we think this much about a creature that we made, no, you get to have your creature back.
I'm putting this on my desk.
Yeah. You get to have your creature back, because that's what God wants. He wants to have you with Him. He wants to be able to be part of your life and to watch you grow and become everything He created you to be. And then someday you'll get to go home with him and be really with him. But he's going to be a part of your life all of this time you're on earth if you will let him. And he wants to so bad. And that's the big take home, is he loves you that much and he wants you to have a relationship with him.
That's awesome.
Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Y'all have fun with your creatures.
Bye.
Bye.